The Power Hour is live, KFAN.com/watch is where you can find it. It's all thanks to Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed.
Yeah, I need to take a look here. How are we looking today, Maxo? Let's see.
Let's take a look.
All right, here's the thing. KFAN.com.
How's the fro looking?
Beep, bop, beep, bop, beep.
No!
No, you're talking about me.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
Hey.
How you doing? It still shocks me to see myself with no hair. It really does, Rosie. Every time I see myself, I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't have any hair.
Look at the mirror and go, oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And look at you two. What a cute couple. But honestly, look how much tanner Marnes is
I know.
than Rozo.
Marnes, you look great tan.
Rosen.
Cool.
It is a compliment. Like people tell me, they're like, wow, you've lost a lot of weight. You look great. And I'm like, well, great. I know I look like hell before.
You always look great,
Thank you.
Marnes.
No. Thank you.
I have freckles too. Then I think in the winter when I don't have them, it makes me look either more tan or a little different. I maybe look more strikingly different. I don't mean strikingly good.
Yeah.
That might be part of it.
I get what
See
you're
how-
saying. I get what you're
freckles?
saying.
Yeah.
I do like the freckles. That's cute.
Okay.
You're
Freckles
welcome.
are cute.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, button mark.
All right, let's do Fan 5. Here's some things that we haven't discussed really yet
right.
with
Before you say
Marnie
that.
or Rosie.
Before you do that, what's your name, Corey? Mm-hmm. You know how we get that Josh guy from Bet Online or whatever? Always sends us the lines, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He just sent me the lines for the 2024 Little League World Series.
Let's bet on it.
Have to.
Yeah, let's bet on
Oh,
it.
my.
I know.
It
Yeah.
starts this week, doesn't it?
I'll bet on
It
it.
must. Let's
For
see.
sure.
I saw some of the
Little League
regionals
World
over the
Series, Little League, ESPN from August 14th. Yeah. So tomorrow starts tomorrow.
What are the odds? Do they have, like, who they
They
think
have
will win it?
the different matchups for each game, the different brackets.
Well, there's the Eastern, isn't there? Aren't there two, like,
U.S. team and international team.
Right.
How about I take the international teams, you take
Yeah.
the U.S.?
Well, how do we know one of these kids isn't in on the take here?
Yeah, it's a good point.
What if one of these kids throws it for some money?
Let's
Pokemon
let's
cards.
gamble on it. $50. $50. Let's just gamble on it to say we
I'm
gambled
not
on Little
gambling
League.
on the Little
Not
League
you.
World Series.
This degenerate will do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Why am I a degenerate?
Man,
Let's
it's
just
a good
do it.
question. We've all asked ourselves
You
that.
can pick who you want, America or the international teams. I'll take the other side. Just to say we bet on Little League. All right, I'll take the international teams.
you get Japan,
$50.
you get Japan and Korea.
You bet against Team USA, or I guess you bet on Team USA.
You bet against them every time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right.
Never mind.
$50?
No, I'm not going to bet on children. That is disgusting.
Wait a minute, what was that kid's name? Was it
$50?
Danny Almonte? Who
That's
was
a great pull. That was his
Yeah, he
name.
was
Yes. How did you
46
remember
years
that?
old.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was like 19 when he pitched in the Little League World Series.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
dominated. Good for him. Paul, your hands up.
bloomer.
$50?
No, I'm not going to bet on kids. That's a horrific thing to do,
Yeah,
Paul.
why are you doing that?
Make it
stuff?
100.
100?
There is no way I'm doing that. Paul, do you have a couple minutes at 9 o'clock? I wanted to talk to you about something.
All right, put it in the books.
It's not work related.
$50.
No.
What do you mean?
Gross.
Hoodie!
Despicable. That's rock bottom. We're not betting on kids. Pathetic.
Hoodie!
Talk to you at 9. Fan 5, ready?
Wait, I gotta hit the thingy.
You'd gamble on marbles.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
Hey, thanks, Builders and Remodelers. Marnie Gellner, Mark Rosen, the Olympics are over. I don't know if you noticed. The United States ended up with 40 gold medals, 26 by women, 14 by men. Rosie, your thoughts?
Sensational. And they should have one more, but that whole controversy with the bronze medal, right? For
It's Jordan Childs.
I gotta tell you,
They're not giving a bit. Why didn't they just give both of them
No, that's
a
not
medal?
right either.
Bud
How
Mark.
about give the person that
Why?
deserves it the medal?
Well, she deserves it.
Well, how do we know?
That's the weird thing.
Okay, but if they
Rosa,
can't
did you
decide-
watch it?
I saw that. I mean, it's.
I was watching when it happened. Well, I guess it wasn't live. It happened earlier in the day.
Right,
But
right.
I can't tell you. That was my least favorite part of the Olympics because
Yeah,
that poor little girl from whatever country she was from.
right.
Yes.
Her country had never won a medal.
Right.
And she gets the bronze and she's crying.
Correct.
And literally 3 minutes later, they take it away from her. And give it to Jordan Childs, which again I don't know about the ranking systems and all that stuff,
And the
but it sure looked
timing
like
and-
it. Sure, I know this isn't what happened, but here's what it looked like, and it had to look like this to the rest of the world. We're the U.S. Don't we deserve a bronze? That's what it looked like.
They did. But the IOC, they that's why I say both of them should get it. It's not like everybody gets a trophy. In their own
In
way,
this
they both
specific
deserved
instance,
it.
it feels like that
It just-
might be the
it would-
only
Would
thing
solve
that
the
makes
issue.
sense.
No one's going to. cry about it in terms of somebody got robbed.
They can give out 2 golds. Like if 2 people can share a gold, then 2 people can share a bronze.
Right.
Do they often give out 2 golds?
Last year, I think it was last Olympics, they asked the 2 guys. Well, just this Olympics, they said they were tied. They said you guys have the option to both get the gold or you can try again. And the last time it happened, both the guys were like, yeah, let's do it. And they were super excited. They both got the gold. And then I think this year the U.S. guy said no, and then he lost.
Oh,
what sport was this?
I think it was a track and field event.
No kidding.
Well, one thing to note, too, is the boxing. If you don't make it to the gold medal match, they don't have a bronze medal match. Both of the losers get a bronze medal. So
boxing may be out in L.A. I heard that's one of the sports that they're considering. Flag football is in.
Breakdancing's out.
It was never scheduled to be in 28. Yeah. It was only a one-time deal for now.
So it might not ever come back.
That was a trip, man.
It was so much fun to
That
watch.
Australian lady, that was
so
viral.
Was she being serious?
That's the question.
She technically, if I read correctly, she has a PhD. A literal PhD in breakdancing. Like it was supposed to be like an interpretive thing. Like she was supposed to be paying homage
in human movement or something like that.
The Australian like Aborigines and stuff like that. Like it was supposed to be this big artsy thing where everybody else is like spinning on their head and doing awesome stuff, and she's over there doing interpretive dance.
Someone just wrote me and said a bronze medal has been awarded to both of them. Is that true?
No idea.
You can verify that?
We're looking right now.
Was that Larry Mondello guy?
No, it was not Larry Mondello guy. He's not awake.
So another thing, Rosie, that I wanted to ask you, the two of you, because you guys both cover basketball, Marnie Gellner and Mark Rosen. Mm-hmm. So how about basketball for 2028 in Los Angeles? Mm-hmm. Here's a couple of things that I wanted to throw by you. The 3-on-3 stuff. Men went 2 and 5, didn't even come close to meddling.
Right.
The women
is
got
that possible? Hello.
Because Jimmer was our star and got hurt. So it's like we didn't even send...
Again, how is that possible?
Exactly. So 3-on-3, men got nothing, women got bronze.
Right.
The women's actual team trailed by 10 to France, won by 1.
Mm-hmm. That was
the men were down 17 to Serbia in the semis, got lucky and came back. And then obviously in the finals, barely beat France, had their hands full with France. And yeah, they have Wembanyama and Gobert and Batum. But the rest of that bench is not an NBA bench. They have something called Melis, Vagar, Vermithor, Sea Smoke. Like, who are these people, Rosie, and why did we almost lose to them?
I think it's indicative of the rest of the world catching up to us. And it is... an Olympic event. First of all, I love the way, I don't know if Max agrees, the Olympics are officiated compared to the NBA.
Yeah. It's a night and day. I wish the NBA would adapt FIBA rules.
Why'd you ask him?
Why can't you ask Marnie?
Right here.
Hey, Marnie, I'll hit the button. Hang on.
I was going to get to the women's game and why they almost choked that game away.
You know what? Can I only comment on the women's game?
Fair.
For a female perspective on this scandal, we turn to a woman.
Okay, you know what?
To be fair, Rosie and Max were talking about Vagar a moment ago. So
Marnie,
they were having a conversation.
Anyway, I think the rest of the world is catching up a little bit. And France, by the time they come to the U.S. in 2028, I'm not saying they're going to be the favorite, but the torch will be passed with LeBron no longer playing. Steph is probably done. Kevin Durant, et cetera, et cetera. So it'll be a different look. So what do you think, Marnie? Do you think the U.S. can hang on and win another gold medal in men's basketball? Tell me to shove it.
No, I'm not going to say that.
Not you.
You're Rosie.
Don't know about the bouncy balls. I think the rest of the world catching up was bound to happen and is good for the game, and we can only be on top for so long before it's going to happen. And the men having a close game with Serbia and trying to figure out the Joker. I mean, the entertainment value was high. The competition is wonderful. And that's what the Olympics is supposed to be. And so all of this is probably just natural progression. It's like the dodo bird becoming extinct. It's just going to happen.
And it's still an all-star team, right? I mean, it is an all-star team. It hasn't quite gelled. I mean, Steve Kerr's trying to figure it out, all the controversy about Jason Tatum, whether or not why he didn't play.
Well, and there was no lineup consistency whatsoever. Like, I get these are NBA superstars, but the French team, the Serbian team, these are these guys play together. Yeah, like they have team chemistry, and I get it. These are the best of the best, but these guys don't play together. And plus, Steve Kerr didn't even have a consistent lineup game in and game out.
But it's fun. Made for,
we don't need one. We're so good. We don't need one.
They don't have a bench. We do, and we didn't even use our bench much, right? Again, Ant barely got in that final game. They have something called Balerion, and we have Anthony Davis, and we're almost losing to France.
That's ridiculous. That guy shot a lot of threes.
Curry did it all. I mean, my God. I thought he was going to be MVP, but my goodness.
He had Balerion.
Steph Curry in the last 3 minutes of that gold medal game. That 4-3 that he hit was unreal.
He does that stuff in practice all the time, right? We watch him on.
Yeah, of course he does. But to do it in a gold medal game in the final minute was sweet. Astonishing. It was so much fun to watch.
How do you think? Boy, good thing for the U.S. women that they won. It would have been tough because of all the Caitlin Clark controversy. Do you think how much would that have haunted them had they not won that game? Because the way they shot, they didn't shoot threes well at all.
Yeah, Max.
I'm not talking to Max anymore. I'm literally looking at Marnie. But it's true. I mean, that whole Caitlin Clark thing would have resurfaced again.
A lot of things would have been questioned if
new things have come to light, dude.
Yeah. USA hadn't won. And I mean that Gabby Williams' foot was halfway on the 3-point line when she hit that shot at the buzzer.
I know. She was like, I got to get back another foot.
You got to give it a little time.
We had a great one, and you couldn't control yourself.
See, he waited.
And again, if Asia Wilson had just made layups, we would have won by 20. She couldn't hit from 2 feet out. And she had a giant box score. But man, she missed a bunch of layups. That game just shouldn't have been that close.
I know. It should have been, but it was.
They 10-point lead.
Yeah.
The latest I can find story-wise on Jordan Childs and that situation is from this morning at our time, 3:45 a.m. this morning. USA Gymnastics officials say an arbitration panel won't reconsider a decision asking gymnast Jordan Childs to return the bronze medal she won at the Paris Olympics. Last week, the Court of Arbitration voided an on-floor appeal from Chile's coach that was initially upheld and moved Jordan from 5th to 3rd in the floor exercise in Paris. The decision came after the Romanian Olympic Committee said the appeal came 4 seconds beyond the 1-minute time limit. On Sunday, USA Gymnastics disputed the timings, saying blah, blah, blah. U.S. Gymnastics now says it will continue efforts to let Childs keep the medal, but as of right now, again, about 5 hours ago, it looks like she will not be getting her bronze medal.
Well, then what's this person talking about?
I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing something that's, but I can't find anything that says the opposite.
You can almost always believe what you read on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, pretty much 100%.
Especially when it just comes from a rando.
Yeah, random. I'm sure he's all over it.
What is so strange about it is that the video clip of Jordan Childs finding out she had won bronze was retweeted and circulated and on all kinds of websites, and it will live forever. And if she does not, in fact, in the end, have a bronze medal, what an odd piece of video that you had that elation and that celebration and the Simone Biles hugging you and the tears but it didn't actually.
Yeah,
it happened, but there's no bronze in the end. What a strange situation.
We're gonna have to see some new changes. Again, back to the whole LA 2028 thing. You mentioned the older guys on the basketball squad, Rosie.
Right.
LeBron's going to be 43. Curry's going to be 40. Durant's going to be 39.
Correct.
The bench that we saw from the Americans, which barely got played, right? Kerr kind of went with those 5 guys for the most part, a little bit with Davis and Embiid back and forth, but it was basically Booker, Durant, LeBron, and Steph.
Correct.
Ant and Tatum got outscored in the finals and the semifinals by something called Sirax and Drogon. I mean, what are we doing?
But those names aren't going to mean anything either way. I mean, because they're not in the NBA and they're not stars, it doesn't mean they're not really good international basketball players. It's a whole different style of basketball.
They are definitely not international basketball players.
Well, I mean, we may have the likes of Chet Holmgren in the Olympics for the U.S. in 2028.
And then who's that really good player, Maxwell, that's going to Duke?
Oh, Cooper.
Yeah.
Cooper
Flag.
Cooper Flag has freaking dragon blood in his brains or in his veins. That guy's ice cold, man. He's number 1 pick in the future.
Winter is coming
for that dude.
Whoa. Yeah.
Whoa.
All right, let's do headlines when we get back, shall we?
Yeah.
A bunch of nonsense we can talk about. Yeah. What was that, Rosie?
I don't know. That whole...
Yeah. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this.
Stupid.
All right. Welcome back. Power Trip Morning Show. Here we are. It's 8:25. Final segment for the day. And here we are at KFAN.com/watch if you want to see what we look like. Hey. That's Max over
You're shorter than I thought, Hawk.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that the truth? Gosh, I am short. It's okay, though.
I'm short.
Yeah.
I get that a lot, too. That I thought you'd be taller.
Yeah.
Well, I did, too.
Well, but think about it.
Thanks,
You played basketball when you were growing up in the Dakotas. If you had been taller, maybe your whole path is different.
Well,
actually, it has to be different.
It was North Dakota specifically.
Sure.
Minot, thanks for paying attention.
Yep.
And I was an all-conference point guard in 1992 for Bishop Ryan.
Yeah, but if if you're 3 inches taller and you're a forward, your whole life is different.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
You're not sitting there.
I had actual. So I made. I'm bragging now, Rosie. That might be cool. I made the All Ohio All-Star game, high school football, right? Mm-hmm. And the coach actually said to me,
All Ohio?
Yeah.
Aren't you from Indiana?
I played. I went to high school in Ohio. I lived on the Indiana side. The state line ran through my hometown.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, you're right. That's fine. Yeah, for sure. And the head coach, I should say, the defense coordinator, actually said to me, "If you were 5 inches taller," and I was like, "Man, trust me, I know. You ain't got to tell me. I know."
How many kids heard that?
Oh man, they put me at. I can't. I made the team as a linebacker, but I was too small, so they put me at nose guard, so I'd get out of everybody's way. People just whooped my A. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it's fun.
Remember two-a-days, Hawk?
Yes.
They just started yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Yesterday
man.
I drove by on my way home by the Edina High School, and they were out there in full pads.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you,
the weather's perfect for it.
If I had been in a coma for 9 months and I woke up and looked outside, I'd have said, it's football season.
Yeah.
Last night was textbook weather.
Wasn't it?
For football.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Stays that way for the fair.
Can't wait. Cheese curds just weeks away.
Yeah, a week from Thursday.
Why
If
you
those
gotta
buckets
ruin
this
it for
year,
me?
buckets of cheese curds that are like $20, if they're $90 this year, Utah, get me 2.
Yeah. What do you care?
I don't care.
You didn't care at all.
I've saved all year for this.
What are the cheese curds like on the bottom of the bucket by the time
best.
you get to them?
Just as good.
My God, you're greasy.
Do you go out there other than when the power trip is out there?
No, that's why I eat for the 2 weeks worth. When the 2 or 3 times I go out there, I have to get all that food in shorter amount of time.
Oh, it's the best.
Before you go into your bit, real quick, can I pay off something?
Yeah.
Real quick. I think it was first or second segment, like last week. I got all high and mighty and told you guys the story about me emailing the guy who interviewed Vince Vaughn on his podcast.
Yeah.
So, Rosie, real quick, I'll give a quick synopsis. Okay. Vince Vaughn was on this podcast called The Interview. It's from New York Times. And the guy who was interviewing him was this, a good reporter, obviously, for the New York Times, like a big name reporter. And he talked down to Vince Vaughn the entire podcast. I was so angry. Mm-hmm. And by the way, Vince Vaughn made him his bitch. He really did. Vince Vaughn's a smart guy. And I was so angry at the end of the podcast, I emailed the interviewer a personal email and just said, "My God, man, did you listen to what you did?" He emailed me back. I was surprised.
Really? What did he say?
He said, "Thank you for I forget exactly how he said it, but basically he said, I appreciate the criticism. This will make me better at my job moving forward."
Well,
which was a great way to respond.
Yeah. Well, good for you for doing that. And good for him for responding that way.
Now, here's the thing that we can think about forever, though, is the tone of that email. Because what if it was sarcastically like, "Oh, thanks for the criticism. I'm sure I'm going to be better in my job moving forward. Thanks."
Right.
Because I can't believe he emailed you back.
I couldn't believe it either.
It's a national guy, a national reporter. He probably sees bad and good emails all the time.
Especially after this one.
Maybe that's his copy and paste
Maybe.
response.
Exactly.
Might actually be true. He might take your words to heart.
And I'll tell you, on his when I found his email, because I typed a big tweet that I'm glad I deleted because it was pretty mean. But instead, I went and I found his email address, and on his email address it says, "If you're respectful, I'll email you back."
Yeah.
And he did. So I got to give him credit where credit's due. So
cool.
thank you for having an open mind.
That's good.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's your payoff.
Right on. All right.
I'll have to listen to it. Polish to me, but
You ready to hear it, baby?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Time for headlines.
Now it's time for headlines.
Headlines brought to you by our friends at Wolf River Electric. You can go solar and get those solar panels with our friends at Wolf River Electric. And Monday's the day. I'm finally getting them. Monday.
Hell
Nice.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
6
Corliss.
days away. You know, I'm an environmentalist. I don't know if you knew that about me, Rosie. I care.
you've always struck me as an
he is,
environmentalist.
I don't like to go out in the environment.
No, I was going to say.
but I care
You
that
care
other
so
people
much
have
about
the
it.
ability
Why would
to
you
do-
want to go through that again, you know?
No.
Yeah, don't
want to do
Let's
that.
talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
That's $5,000.
Netflix is doing a new animated Ghostbusters series.
Well, wow.
Oh, PA's excited.
PA hates ghosts.
Did you watch Ghostbusters Sauce growing up?
Of course.
The animated series?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, hard not to. For our
the-
generation.
There is on Paramount Plus. I saw this when I was looking how bad Borderlands did.
So bad.
There's a Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Paramount Plus. 100%.
Yeah, that movie that came out last year was freaking sweet, man.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome because it reminded me. I don't know if you guys just saw the Miles Morales Spider-Man movies with the cool, like the animated ones with the cool animation and stuff.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, it's basically it's like that, except it's its own unique style. The Turtles felt like me as a 30-year-old, I could enjoy them, but they also had like the lingo of the young kids. Like it was awesome. Action, drama, everything. It was awesome. So I think they based it off of that. And Seth Rogen made it.
Yeah. Sauce, you told me yesterday off the air that Borderlands, which had like $100+ million budget,
120.
made how much?
$8.8 million.
That's so
Whoa.
It looked terrible.
Medea's Halloween made $70 million.
Right, Hog?
Like
That's a really good one.
that's so crazy.
Well, it's the question I asked Mr. Z a couple of weeks ago. In the history, right?
Yeah,
kiss me. He said no, and then I said, "Well, if you don't do that, then can you at least explain to me why these studios keep failing on video games? Because like The Last of Us on HBO is a series, and it crushed. Everybody loved it. The
so
critics
good.
raved about it. But most of the Mario animated movie did $1 billion.
Oh my
I
God.
get it.
I love that movie.
But most of the big time video games in the last 25, 30 years have epically failed at the box office.
Epically.
Yeah.
It just doesn't translate, and I don't know why they can't get it right, but most of them miss. And this one looked terrible, and then the critics said it was even worse than it looked, and nobody went and saw it.
Well, they never follow the script of the actual game. Like every single one of these filmmakers wants to be like filmmaker with a capital FTM, and it's like no, just follow the script of the game because these are beloved games. Like I just saw Amazon's making one based off of the Yakuza video games. I just saw the casting director today. He's like, "Oh, we didn't watch any of the games. We didn't play any of the games. We wanted to make it our own." Why the hell did you not play the games?
Right.
Then just make your own original movie.
Right.
Yeah. Don't call it that.
Because the Halo show absolutely flopped because they just try to make it their own thing. Don't try to do too much.
No.
Just stay in the lane. Adapt the game that we already loved, like The Last of Us did, and you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well said, Max.
Well said.
Thank you.
James Cameron is developing a 7th Terminator movie.
Jeez.
There's 7 or
What?
6?
Yeah.
I guess.
Hawk
realize
loved the
that.
sixth one.
The
He said it
sixth
was
one's the best of the whole run.
Yeah, he said it
it's
was
real
super good.
Real good. I didn't know there were 6. Holy moly.
What do we think of this? Carol Burnett says that she's no prude, but that modern comedy is often, quote, boring and not funny when it specifically just goes blue. So she's bored with the creativity of this next generation, I guess.
That's Carol Burnett. She can never say whatever the hell she wants.
That's right.
You know,
I guess.
deserve that right. That sounds so good.
What was that last part when it specifically goes blue?
Yeah, when it's like just dirty to be dirty.
Oh, I thought you meant Democratic.
Oh, she was,
Rosie loved that.
Yeah, Carol knows funny.
She does.
She was in that final season of Better Call Saul.
No
Did you
kidding.
see that?
Oh, I gotta watch that
No,
show.
I've never seen it.
I gotta watch
She was
it.
not comedic in it. She played a pivotal role, and she was wonderful.
Another show. No, she was
Yeah,
in.
what show was she in?
She was in bad, kind of like in a comatose.
The one with help me, I'm poor.
Right, right.
Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, Kristen
Palm
Wiig.
Royale.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Yep, we got there.
She was in a show was Harvey Korman and
striptease.
Mama's House.
She was in striptease?
Yep, she was.
Mama's Family. Mama said, throw Mama from the train.
Hawk
There you
loves
go.
that movie.
There you go.
Great film.
Yeah, he cries.
All right, Rosie, let's see if you can nail
And then
this.
hammers himself.
I'm going to... Rosie, keep a straight face for a second, okay?
Right.
Zach, you too.
Thank you,
Oh,
Max.
come on.
Impossible.
Because I want to maybe bet Sauce on this. Sauce,
Listening.
can Rosie nail this year? That wasn't the end of my sentence.
The
My guess
class
is
of-
Rosone. It was on this date, August 13th of what year? Mickey Mantle died of a battle with liver cancer. Can Rosie get the exact year Mickey Mantle died? Yes or no?
For sure. I bet he has the year and a story about remembering something that happened to her.
Yes. And to make it about me, I have a Mickey Mantle story that's neither funny nor interesting.
Well, because
can't wait to
To be
hear it.
clear, you know it's not a mouse, right?
Yes.
and because it's a death and it's tragic, my guess is you remember what you were eating when you found out Mickey Mantle had passed away.
I bet Rosie knows it, yeah.
I bet he does too. Rosie, go for it.
I don't know if I do because I know it was liver cancer, and I remember a lot about Mickey Mantle. In fact, I had an incredible lunch with him. Great story about
for you. That is actually pretty cool.
painful it was for him. Man, I'm.
You can do this.
Fog.
What?
I just want to say 90 something.
Rosie, the fate of America is in your hands.
I know.
finish
Honestly,
line is
I've
waiting.
lost a decade.
Whoa.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Quiet, Zach.
Feel you, brother.
Well, you was...
Need some mouth to mouth?
I'm just going to say 98. I don't know. I really don't.
1995.
Oh,
You're close as hell.
Rosie,
Rose.
so disappointed.
That's pretty close,
I
bro.
was pretty close.
Mickey Mantle. Sauce, you said you had a story that was neither interesting nor funny?
yeah, I've told it a few times. I don't need to regale
I don't know
again.
what it is.
I'll take the shortened version.
What is it?
Yeah.
What's your Mickey Mantle story?
When I don't know how old I was. It doesn't matter. But Mickey Mantle wrote a book. It was obviously before he passed away.
Oh, yeah.
And he was signing them.
Obviously.
Really?
So hang on, before the story continues, you don't remember how old you were, and that doesn't matter.
No, but I
And
was...
he wrote a book before he died.
Yeah, it was probably 91, 92, and he was down at the old Dayton's downtown signing his book.
Still alive at this point?
Yep, and there was a huge line for him to sign the book. And as Rosie knows, he wasn't the nicest man towards the end, and he would just sign the book and hand it to his handler and move on. Look down, sign, hand it over. And I walked up, and the handler lady was like, the night before,
That's a huge head.
I've been hit in the face with a baseball. I had a big, huge black eye. And the lady said, what happened? I said, I was hit in the face with a baseball. And he looked up and he looked at me and said, you look like Yogi Berra. Signed my book. And
That was
handed
it.
to me.
One other question, Paul.
Yeah.
This was 91 or 92?
Yeah.
You don't know how old you were?
Mantle was arguably one of the saddest people I've ever been around when he opened up about...
You met Corey, though.
Yeah, that's true. He had this recurring dream where he was on the outside of Yankee Stadium and he could see all his former teammates playing, and he tried to burrow his way into it, and he couldn't get into Yankee Stadium because he wanted so badly to play again. And he came forward at the end and went, look, I blew it. I drank myself into oblivion. He wasn't a good father. Was not a good husband. And had many, many, many regrets. And was one of the most gifted baseball players to ever walk the planet. And then his knees, got shot, and
He got shot?
well,
In
not
the
shot.
kneecap?
His knees
Lieutenant
were gone.
Dan.
And unfortunately, that lifestyle. I mean, he had Broadway all to himself at that time. So anyway, sad. Where Lambert just
What was
texted
his
me.
book about? Did you read it, Sus? Like, was it his
No
life
chance.
story, autobiography? Was it
No,
a
I don't.
kid's story?
I think I still have it, though. My dad probably has it. We got a
Sell
copy
it.
for me,
Yeah,
my dad, and my grandpa, because my grandpa was a huge fan.
You should
My
flip
dad's
it for
dad.
some cash.
Jeff reminded me of the best eulogy ever by Bob Costas over Mickey.
Really?
No kidding.
Yeah,
I wonder
You
what
find
it'd be
it.
worth. Mickey. How do you spell Mantle?
Well, and Billy Crystal was a big, Mickey Mantle guy, all those guys, New York.
So was George Costanza. He was going to name his son Seven Costanza after Mickey Mantle.
Wow, that book signed is going on eBay for $575.
What?
I should sell that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have it anymore. Yeah. That's pretty cool, man.
Okay.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's worth way more than my Menendez brothers cards.
Yeah. The Menendez brothers. Would, Zach?
I don't know. Have they been doing sit-ups? Like Richard Ramirez? A submarine captain was fired for making an adult tape, if you know what I mean, and I think you do, while he was in charge of nuclear missiles.
Well,
wait, what? Who did he make the tape with?
He was in charge of missiles, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
is this a shipmate?
Whoa.
Hey.
That he was having?
Yeah, I mean, I guess,
Had to be, I assume.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Huh. Boredom.
This story makes me laugh a little bit. The owners of a sandwich shop in the UK are giving away too many free replacements because there are seagulls that are stealing the customers' food. So they are thinking about adding a $1 seagull insurance to help cover their losses. I don't imagine that people are going to pay $1 for seagull insurance.
Have you seen the video?
No.
Yeah, some guy's just sitting there. Some bird just comes out and steals his Rosen.
It's like a Hitchcock movie.
I'm going to miss Zach next week. He's been clever all week. Man.
You should be so lucky.
Whoa. Button bar.
One of the greatest days in the history of the United States of America, August 13th of 1997. This was the day that South Park debuted on Comedy Central.
Oh, man.
1997.
What an all-time show. Some of the funniest moments in television history are because of South Park. The hardest I've ever laughed to a TV show is mostly South Park. That show is so creative and so funny.
It was
specifically revolutionary.
Is it still churning out new episodes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's still on fire.
Yeah, the episode where Randy wants to get medical marijuana, so he microwaves his balls, and then he starts singing Buffalo Soldier when he's got his huge balls in a wheelbarrow. Yeah. I've never laughed harder in my life. I'm not kidding. I rolled literally on the floor laughing. That's iconic. It's so funny.
You didn't, though.
Oh, no, I 100% did.
Literally?
Yeah, I literally rolled on the floor. I think that's the last time I was able to get up off the floor.
I was going to ask.
Yeah, how much
you
damage
need a real barrel to get up.
Yeah,
it sounds like you were rolling because you were struggling to get back on your feet.
We didn't get our damage deposit back. All right.
I just liked how you were waiting for laughs and went straight to Twitter.
Nobody laughed. Randy texted me.
We hear stories about like this from time to time, and these terrify me. I don't know if you guys have ever had a serious phone problem, but whenever I do, I just throw it into the lake and just get a new phone. And here's why. An employee at a repair shop in Oklahoma City was arrested earlier this month after he sent himself an explicit video from a female customer's phone while he was supposed to be fixing it. So going through her phone, saw that she had an explicit video of herself on the phone.
Sends it to his own phone.
Sent it to his own phone. Well, luckily for her, she was using her computer at the time while the phone was being fixed, and it was synced with the phone. So she saw a notification that a text had been sent to an unknown number, and that message happened to be that video that she had made. She kept it in a locked photo album, so she immediately knew it had been accessed and it had been sent. So he is now charged with larceny and computer crimes.
It's not the first video he sent himself either.
100%. You are correct. Right. Not his first rodeo. That's terrifying.
World we live in.
Yep.
If you do take your cell phone in for repairs, even if you have a locked folder, are you just sweating bullets thinking, they're going to access this?
I mean, it depends.
Possible.
If they're just fixing the screen, I have all the faith in the world that you don't have to unlock the phone, just fix the screen.
They're bored.
But if it's something with the software, then I'd say, I don't know what you're doing to get in there.
Yeah.
Fix the screen all day. I don't care about that. And somebody can probably email me and tweet me and say, well, if they are fixing the screen, they have ways to access this. And I have no idea how that works.
Years ago,
just throw it into the lake.
I had to bring my phone in. Like, this is like before smartphones, but they had obviously the camera and the SD card.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. And when I got my phone back, they put the wrong SD card in there.
Are you kidding me?
So I had a whole gallery of photos of some family and their kids and going on vacations.
That's the worst.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah.
I thought your story was going to end differently.
Yeah.
Where'd they vacation?
I didn't look close enough to
Black
find
Hills, Yellowstone.
It looked like a
slideshows back in the day of looking at.
Yeah.
Did you guys say biopic or biopic?
Biopic.
There is an
biopic.
There is an Anthony Bourdain one in the works.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Really?
I love Anthony Bourdain. I don't know. It's just going to be hard to. Well, first of all, he would have hated that.
Yeah, he
would have absolutely despised that idea. But I
already saw one.
Yeah, the one that came out, wasn't it? What was
It's a documentary, though. Wasn't it?
That was excellent.
Yeah,
it was phenomenal.
He's one of the best dudes of all time. One of my all-time heroes.
Yeah,
so I'm just a little. It's hard to recapture someone's charisma when you have that much, like Anthony Bourdain had.
Dob has said multiple times that if you could interview anybody, it would be Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah, this is great stuff. Hold on one second.
You should write this down.
Okay, so just to clarify, a man with no podcast, or media platform of any kind, that if he had a chance to interview anyone, it would be Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Does he have a top 3 or 5 list and put Bourdain at the top of it, or does he just start and stop there?
No, it's just Anthony Bourdain.
And do you have any idea who his neighbor would like to interview?
Yes, I do.
Would you mind telling us?
Yes, I would.
You would mind?
No, I don't mind. He would like to interview Justin Gard.
What? So he didn't have very high expectations.
Sorry, I just don't know why I yelled that.
You didn't yell it, brother.
No, you said it at a normal volume.
I don't know why I said that.
Thank you.
But I just wanted to talk.
I'll tell you what I want. I want to play something for you guys real quick, if you don't mind.
Oh, sweet.
Most people know that Jack Haley wasn't the original Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, good Lord.
Button bar.
What most people don't know is that Buddy Ebsen wasn't either. Mark Rosen was the first choice.
How old are you?
I mean, I had no idea. The silver makeup knocked Buddy out.
Pretty good for 190.
Yeah, it was Rosie's constant improvising that got him knocked off. The
Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, The Wizard of Oz.
Judy didn't appreciate it.
They said you were a little creepy around Judy.
Well, I was, along with the Munchkins.
Yeah. I didn't know that part. Well, here's
Yep. You should read about
we
that.
actually have found lost footage of Mark Rosen as the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz. Rosen at the movies.
You can't take your eyes off it. You can't get to the engine without looking under the hood. I'll tell you what's hard right now. How is his butt? You're a daddy.
Who are you?
Hey, it's Mark Rosen.
Who are you?
I love the catch.
Wow.
If you please, I am Dorothy.
What an ass.
Oh, my God.
Me.
You see her butt?
We've come to ask you.
She takes her dress off and she's naked.
Great and powerful Oz knows why you have come.
The beaver.
Step forward, Tin Man.
That's really hot. Oh, yeah. Can I come over and watch?
You dare to come to me for a heart, do you?
I don't want to go to a dinner and movie with you. I just want to hook up with you.
You clinking, clanking, clattering collection of colliginous junk.
I hope you die. Okay, thank you. I'll have another.
You, Scarecrow.
That's my number 2.
And you, Lion.
I'd rather see those two guys just go at it.
Well,
these other guys are hungry and they're going after it, and I don't want to work that hard tonight.
Silence, whippersnapper! The beneficent Oz has every intention of granting your request.
I like the Angry Dragons.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Rosie,
you were yelling a lot.
By the way, that was Greg Swedberg put that one
That
together.
was the best one yet.
Swedberg
Well, that
did
is the best one yet. If Swedberg did that, yeah. Thank you,
Swedberg
Greg.
put that. Now, so Zach did last week's.
Yep.
Swedberg did this week.
Wow,
And look at
I'm
it. I mean, they're
honored.
coming out of the woodworks. Rosie, you're a hell of an actor.
Man, I'll tell you, that role was right there for me. And Judy thought I was a little too creepy. So,
You like the Angry Dragons, Rosie?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, you said that in the bit.
I just reading the dialogue. I'm a paid actor.
How many dragons can you even name? I mean, there's Puff, of course.
Pete.
Puff.
Pete's.
Puff's the only one. The one that was in
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
That was Smaug.
And Lickety Split.
Oh, my God.
Is that one?
Played by Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, that's right. It was. Holy
That's
moly.
right. One of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
Pete?
That's it.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Nobody knows the names of dragons.
Nobody.
Very good. Thanks, Greg.
Barnes does. We were talking about the ladies basketball team earlier. When does the WNBA kick back up again? A couple weeks or
The day after
this
tomorrow.
week, right?
A couple days.
a couple days.
That's right. Yeah, it's happening.
The Lynx play on Thursday.
Oh, don't get
2 days from now.
I'm excited, but you don't have to cry.
What time will that be?
The Lynx play at 7 o'clock against the Washington Mystics on Wednesday. They have 15 games to go.
Wow.
So they'll come back from Olympic break. I'm going to head over to practice today. We're back in the swing. And Thursday is the start of the wouldn't even call it second half. It's like the last fourth. And the Lynx are tied for third right now, record-wise, with Seattle, a half game ahead of Las Vegas. The top 5 are pretty bunched together, and the Lynx are in that mix.
When do the playoffs
It's going to be
start?
fun.
Playoffs start in October or when?
No, mid-September.
Yeah.
Oh, mid-September. Okay. All right.
So there you go.
Good luck to Cheryl.
Well, tell Cheryl congratulations, and I want to see that gold medal.
For sure. Well, we had Cheryl Reeve as a gold medalist, Nafisa Collier as a gold medalist.
Sure.
Alana Smith played for Australia.
Right.
Alanis Morissette sings "Ironic."
Yep. Don't you think?
That ironic. And Bridget Carlton played for Canada. So all of those players and coach come back, and it's always interesting in the WNBA and Olympic season because you just don't know how much teams and players have left. What did they do over the last month? The players who were not in Paris. How do you ramp it up again with 15 to go? It's not like you're playing for the next 6 months and you can figure it out again. You have to hit the ground running.
Have you guys seen the photos of those Olympians who are posting their medals that are already wearing away? And the Olympic Committee is saying they're going to replace them. You know, they had the piece of the Eiffel Tower on every one of them.
Right.
But I guess the actual medal itself already looks weathered, and people are going, this is what I got?
Pretty cheap.
It's supposed to be the rest of my life? So I guess they're going to replace the ones that are already falling apart.
I hope
Here
so.
it's Saturday.
Yeah, man. Martin, are you going to go see Creed for real? I know you're going to the party. You're going to go hang around and rock out?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Here's $5,000.
For us?
Aw. See, he was ripping on your singing just now. That's what he was doing.
I know. I heard it. Yeah, I'll be at Treasure Island with Zachary Lack-O-Lantern Halverson, and we're hosting the pre-party in Parlay Lounge. 3 o'clock.
Sweet.
Yeah,
3 o'clock Saturday
till
till 4:30.
I wish so bad I could be there. That's going to be fun. Good for you guys.
Well, I think you were originally supposed
I was supposed to,
Yeah,
but
we
I'll be
were.
in Cleveland.
Damn football game. Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. I'm happy to
together. Rosie and I.
replace you.
You and Rosie are going?
and
We
your
were.
replacement.
We were. That's right.
Yeah.
Ad slots for the 2025 Super Bowl are almost sold out already. Variety reports Fox is leveraging the high demand to price 30-second commercials at more than $7 million, asking buyers to commit to an advertising package that includes other Fox properties as well.
It's in New Orleans, right, this year?
The game will be broadcast from Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, February 9th.
We will be
before
there.
you know it.
How long has it been called Caesars Superdome?
That's 2 years, maybe. It's pretty new.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stadium. Jeez Louise.
That city knows how to throw a party.
They do.
It sure does. And beignets.
Yeah.
Rosie, thanks for your time. We'll see you tomorrow.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
Yep. Great to see you, Rosie. Nice
Marnie,
job.
are we going to see you Friday or you don't know yet?
I'm going to check with Pear Bear. I think one of us should be here.
Sure.
And I do believe he's got some kind of an injury. So it might be me.
He is dealing with some pain. We'll see.
The wild card is wild. And I can't wait to hear how you sort this out. And please,
I have one fun idea.
I want to be a part of it.
Yeah, I have one fun idea that would put you right back into the cauldron, right back into the ring. We'll see. Friday is going to be Lambert v. Lambert. The other three, sure, whatever. Charch, Alexis, Krasinski, sure. It's Lambert versus Lambert on Friday. Can't wait. We're back tomorrow, 5:30 to 9 to noon with the voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen, is right after this on The Fan.
Everybody have a wonderful day.
You too, Abba Dabba. Love you.